We're watching Soulful Discussions.
All right, so hi and welcome back.
Hi, nice
All
to be
right.
back.
Absolutely. So we just met up again. Jumping right back into it, I interviewed you about, I want to say like 2 weeks ago, two or 3 weeks ago.
2 or 3, yeah.
Absolutely. And so when I interviewed you, you were kind of in a rush. You said you were like getting some paint supplies. You had some things going on. So we didn't have a lot of time to like really get too deep into the interview. But in terms of my approach that day, like when I first came up to you and I told you what the interview was going to be about, what were your thoughts at that very moment?
I was just like not really having it. Honestly, I'm just gonna be completely honest.
Yeah.
I had done ecstasy the night before, and I was
Okay.
in a really weird place mentally, and my boyfriend and I had, and I was just like, I can't deal with this right now. No offense. I was just like, I didn't want to, and I have a lot more patience and tolerance now, even though it's a million degrees outside, because I'm not like coming down from ecstasy, and that's like not a typical thing I do in my life.
Yeah.
That's what I did, and that's what the honest to God truth is. I'm okay with being honest about that right now.
Absolutely. No. Thanks.
But and so I was just like, oh, fuck. But now I'm like, okay, I'm feeling a lot better, my head space. So
Okay.
I'm glad to be here. But,
Nice.
yeah. I was talking really sketchy on the video. I hated watching myself. I was talking even faster than I am now. I noticed that. Like, I didn't like how fast my voice, I was just, you could tell big time that I was like on one or whatever I felt like, but that's just the truth.
So let me ask you this, like during the interview, I don't know if you can recall back to how you were feeling that moment. Maybe you weren't really all the way there, but if you can recall back, any feelings that you had like during the moment while I'm interviewing you?
Yeah, it was interesting. I was kind of trying to figure out where you were coming from on like getting my views of like political. Well, it seems like it went there for me. I don't know why there's some kind of political conversation, but I was trying to figure out where you're coming from, where the feet tied into the, like my views. It was just interesting. Like I liked it. I liked this. It was like cool, like a celebration of different topics.
Mm-hmm.
But I was just kind of trying to figure out where you were coming from and wanting to know the answers to those things, or what, how it benefited you, or like it's just for fun, right? It's just for fun.
Yeah, so it's something I decided to start doing.
During the pandemic?
So I was watching another guy's channel about the exposure therapy, like I was telling you about, and learning about that. Like in the past, I've always been somebody who's like an overthinker. I overthink everything.
Yeah, me too.
And so I heard about like exposure therapy, and I was like, oh, that's pretty dope to be able to put yourself in a situation where you don't try to overthink everything. You ask yourself simple questions.
Awesome.
Yeah, like, how is this affecting me? Like, is it threatening my life? Is it threatening my safety? And if not, then like, what are you really worried about? Like, move forward, because you could be like preventing yourself from experiencing life to its fullest. So
yeah,
like hearing about that to me was like really like a dope concept, where it ties in with feet. There's a lot of people in the world who are like into feet. They like feet, right?
Yeah.
But some people tend to find it to be weird, or like they have negative connotations.
Yeah.
So like for me, creating a channel around trying to make it positive through my experiences that I have with women, like talking to them about what are their thoughts about it, treating them to pedicures, right?
Yeah.
Showing that like what is really wrong with somebody liking it. Is there anything negative that you see happening during these interviews?
Yeah,
right?
no.
Yeah, because a lot of people try to paint it like it is, like, oh, like,
See, yeah, that's garbage.
Yeah.
I don't understand that. I mean, I feel like do you. Whatever makes you happy, as long as it's not hurting somebody else. No one should be knocking people for doing what they like, or loving what they like, or being turned on by what they are turned on by. Who gives a shit? As long as it doesn't hurt somebody else and it's not hurting you, then what the hell does it matter?
Exactly. And so that's what my channel is all about, trying to find like-minded people who like don't think that way, who think like more positive about it, right?
Absolutely.
So yeah, that's what it's all about.
I'm pro freak even, so like whatever. Like I'm totally down with this concept. I think it's cool. I think it's really awesome that you're doing this.
Love it. So in terms of like, so you said you had a chance to watch yourself back after the interview, and I actually included your interview with other interviews too.
Yeah, I was like the last one or something.
Yeah.
I was like talking so fast, and I was just like, my mind just I wasn't ready for that. I guess I wasn't ready for that. Were you ever really ready for an interview? That's what's cool about you said that thing about
it's
you're an overthinker.
Yeah.
I'm an overthinker too, so it's like, I have all the answers for everything when I can when I'm
think about it.
Yeah, but when you don't, it puts you on a spot and it makes you feel kind of uncomfortable. It's like, I don't like not being on the spot verbally or when it comes to words, because I'm really good with that usually. Like my words are like that's the thing I'm good at, and like creative writing and stuff, So like whenever I don't have the right answer that sounds like eloquent and stuff, I'm like, oh my gosh, that's like, can we retake this? But it's like, it's real, it's raw. That's the real answer, is whatever I'm giving you or trying to give you is, I guess, wherever I'm at. So,
and that's what I try to do. So I think a lot of times I found like sometimes, so I'll do these interviews sometimes, right? And sometimes I'll have women who are giving me their exact answers, like how they feel in the moment, right? And then I think sometimes you have some of them who would think back and be like, I feel like I shared too much, or I felt like
I'll never feel like
they don't want to. They don't want to be raw. They don't like to come across that way, so they want to have a calculated answer so that they answer.
See, that's not where I'm totally down with saying whatever I want to say, and like as far as like there's never going to be too much as far as I don't have a filter, you know what I mean? But I just want it to sound right, like I want it to come out like the right way, and so that people can not like pick me apart for being who I am and bringing that to the table, and at the same time I want to bring it in a way that's like, okay, yeah, you can't really knock me though, because I'm saying in a certain way that's universal and that's understood, and that it's you know, and it's real. I like
that. So let's get into this, okay? So I want to ask you some of the questions that I had on my first set of interviews. I want to see what your reaction to those are, because the ones I asked you before, those are like my second set of interview questions. So let's get into these, all right? So first of all, what's something you like that other people might find to be weird?
I knew that question was coming somehow, but I mean, there's really no telling. I'm a weird. Okay, so I just said that I would say the thing. Okay, like I used to be into earlobes, like like turned on by earlobes, and I'm not gonna get into like too many details about one of my ex-boyfriends, his earlobes, but let's just say that like I've been there with his earlobes.
I had my experiences. Yeah,
attached earlobes, and that's just like one of the many weird things that about me that yeah.
Okay, sounds good. In terms of yourself, has anybody ever made you feel insecure about your body or a body part before? Has that ever happened to you?
Yeah, I've had a couple of exes call me fat, and I used to be anorexic, like really anorexic, and so they knew that would get to me. So that's just a shame on them for even going there. I know, even though I'm kind of heavy for me right now, I know I'm like a badass, and I love my body. I love all the parts about my body that might be considered fat to other women. You know, I'm not trying to be a zero in Hollywood. I know what it takes to get there, and it's fucking gnarly, and you feel like shit. I love eating food. It's awesome, and I'm never gonna body shame anybody else for being. I love big bodies. I love small bodies. I think everyone should celebrate who they are. You know, there's a lot of women. I'm bisexual. There's a lot of women I've been interested in lately, like okay, I have a boyfriend, but like let's just say I didn't. Okay, a lot of women I've noticed lately that are like Spanish or Hispanic, and they have like really curvaceous stuff. I'm really into that lately. I just think that's a really beautiful body type to have, and I wasn't into that before with women. I used to like kind of skinny girls, but I like that. I like to celebrate.
So you kind of like that. Evolving in a way towards like the way that you see the world. Absolutely, that's dope, man. My
boyfriend's kind of like chubbier guy, and I like it. I love it. I like don't look at him like that, but I guess from the outside, you know, most people would say that. But yeah. Okay.
In terms of yourself, if you could change one thing about yourself, right, and it doesn't have to be physical, but anything, is there anything you would change?
My inability to commit to things and follow through with things.
Okay.
I'm pretty flaky, and I don't follow through with a whole lot of stuff, and I need to like so many things, like get a lot of my art online to sell it, and I just can't finish any of my pieces. When I know I need to finish things, I'm really avoidant. Like it takes me forever to do the end of a painting, you know, and like I've just been like in the middle of this one painting that's sitting in the kitchen. My easel takes up my entire kitchen, but still in a really tiny apartment. But I don't know what the avoidance is. I'm like that. I'm very avoidant about like following through with stuff.
Could it possibly be because I'm kind of that way in a way with some things, right? Could it possibly be that maybe you're afraid it might not be good enough?
Yeah.
So like you put it out there, and then it's like, damn, like people don't like it or whatever, right? Yeah. So I had that same thought when I was doing this channel when I first started it. I like waited so long to put out my first video because I was like, all right, what if I do it and like nobody like watches?
Yeah, then you start to think about who cares?
No, and that's what I had to get to. So I had to get to that point where I'm like, well, either people watch it or they don't, and if they don't, then it is what it is. But
for sure.
I actually ended up seeing the opposite of it, where people started like, and it started slow, but after a while, you know, people started watching, and I was like, oh, okay, that's cool. Yeah,
I noticed that. That's cool. I think you did a really good job how you put it together. I thought it was really compelling. Like I liked it.
I appreciate that. Yeah. Thank you so much. Let me ask you this: in terms of compliments you receive, right, between men and women, do you prefer to receive compliments from men or women?
Women.
Okay. Is there a reason why?
Because a woman should know, like, especially if it's a woman who you respect on any level, like a woman knows a woman, you know, and because it's so rare, because women are so catty technically a lot of them are, and we're always trying to tear each other down. I shouldn't say we. I don't feel like I'm one of those women. I'm not a terror downer. I like to bring people up. I love bringing women up. If I see a pretty woman on the street or she's wearing a cool hat or something, I'm gonna tell her that, and I'm gonna make sure she knows that I feel that way. And not that my opinion matters, but it always feels good to hear that.
To hear it from, especially from somebody you don't know,
and
right?
in a non-creepy way, because there's also a lot of creepy motherfuckers who will say stuff that's really weird, and especially in Long Beach, I have like basically gotten all but attacked by weird people, dudes especially, that like are just a sick one that like want to say things and be like get in my space. Is like first of all, why are you in my space? Like why are you this close to me? You know? And so it's just nice to be able to receive a compliment or to give a compliment that's nice and well intended and you know, sincere, and it's not creepy. You know. Nice.
So let's get back into this, because I think we asked before, but for the people who may be watching your interview for the first time on this one.
Yeah.
What are your thoughts about your feet? How do you feel about them?
I like them right now. I think they're
you're
so
like, I just
fun.
got them done.
I know. I keep taking them out of my shoesies because they're so cute and fun now. They feel alive and they're sparkly. They like represent my personality, and like they're just kind of crazy. And I feel so good. That woman did such a good job. I want her to know she did a good job. Make sure she gets a tip if you.
I tipped her. I made sure I gave her a good tip.
She's just such a little doll. Those people work so hard and they're so cool. So.
Yeah, so let me ask you this, because I think when I interviewed you the first time, you said it had been like a couple months before you, since the last time.
That was a lot. That was an underestimate. It's probably been a year or more.
A year, wow.
So, I used to date this attorney, and so he would get me pedicure. I get pedicures like every single time I wanted a pedicure, or manicures. Like, and then if I broke a nail, because I always had fake nails, I would always just go get my nails fixed.
Nice.
But I got really spoiled by that. I was living at his yacht in Marina Del Rey, and I got really spoiled by that lifestyle. And so I had to be humbled by being brought back to, you know, the not having a bank account, you know, that he puts money into, and not having.
Oh, where'd that come from?
That was weird.
There's like no wind.
That was like just for us. I think. Yeah.
So I mean, because here's what I think. After the interview, did you have any thoughts about when it comes to like your nails and stuff now, in terms of like the maintenance? Like, are you like more like, I need to be on top of this? What are your thoughts about that now?
Yeah. Now it's comparing to how my feet were before. I had a little owie there, but before to now, I'm like, oh my gosh, I have been like I have had some trifling feet. Like these are like so much better. These little ones are so much better. I'm so happy. I'm gonna try to keep them.
Yeah, absolutely. And that's a good spot. Actually, somebody who I interviewed the day I met you, I was here with somebody doing a follow up, and she like introduced me to this place. So now when I come to Long Beach, this will be the spot where I told the little lady I was gonna come back. Absolutely. So. That's so dope. So let's get back into this now. All right, we took you to get a pedicure today. Okay, you ended up getting a sparkly type color. You said this fits your personality. Why is that?
It's just loud and crazy and like disco, like all 24/7 disco.
It's like a
in
mixture.
My mind. Yeah, and that's how I want it. Like, I'm pretty much like Burning Man 24/7 disco. Like, I'm just kind of a crazy bitch. And I like art, and I like okay, people get down on me for this, but I use glitter in a lot of my paintings. Like, I'm like a really crazy, I mean, I'm a good artist, but like I have some kooky shit, you know, and like some people like the very technical artists would like say like they think that's so tacky, you know.
Yeah.
I don't care. I make it work.
But you like it, yeah.
I love it. Yeah, it's pizzazz. It's like what I'm feeling, you know.
Okay. So we got a sparkly color. Let's get back into this. Is it okay if we see what your feet look like?
Yeah.
Again?
Yes.
Right, cool.
Sure.
So it's like especially because they're done. So now you can't take a look. All right, so we got that sparkly color here.
Sorry for the owie.
No, you're good. You're good. And like we talked about before, so your toes go from like big to small. They kind of go in that descending order, right?
Yeah.
And that's called the Egyptian toe alignment. So that's what you got.
Isn't that the less intelligent people? I heard that your second toe, if it's not longer than your first toe, that you're not intelligent.
So there's all types of like thoughts and stuff about all this stuff. Yeah. Some people feel like this is like a more aesthetic view when it comes to feet, like because they're like in a perfect order, like your big toe and so on and so forth. Some people feel like the second toe being longer is better. Like it's all over the place.
It's amazing to me how many people have a second longer toe, or a second toe is longer.
Yeah, absolutely. All right, so let me get you to do this. Let me have you put your feet up here. All right, both feet, and then like let me get you to put your like toes up straight like this. Oh no, come back this way a little bit, and then toes up straight. There you go. Cool.
Oh, move the bottoms.
Oh,
I wonder what they look like.
They're fine. They're fine. So she did a good job like scrubbing in there a little bit. I can see that you were like putting your feet on the floor though right now.
Yeah. It's already dirty.
Good. It's all good. So how you feeling? Like we met the first time, like I kind of got you like all of a sudden. Now we're kind of in this moment after pedicure. How you feeling this?
Good. I'm a little worried about my situation. I got to go home and deal with that, but I'm feeling good.
Okay, absolutely.
Do you still want them up here?
Yeah. Just leave them there for a minute. So what I want to talk to you about now, so sensitivity. You getting your pedicure, did you feel any type of sensitivity while you were?
A little bit. I was ticklish for a minute.
Was it the pumice stone?
It was partly the pumice stone, and then there was something about it. All of a sudden, I think I just got really like aware, and it just made me tickle.
Okay. Now I have a trick for you, so when you go get your next pedicure,
Okay.
Can we test that?
Sure.
All right, cool. Just leave your feet there. I actually have a tool we use for this. I actually lost my other tool, but we still have this one. This one is still here with us in spirit. All right, here we go. Okay. So we're gonna actually use two tools, but we're gonna use this one first. Okay. Let's see what we get here with this one. All right. Which one do you think is more ticklish? Are you right-handed or left-handed?
Left hand. My left side is more ticklish. I'm right-handed though.
Okay. Let's see here. All right. What are we feeling here? What's the scale that you're feeling here on this one?
I don't know. What? It's not that bad. It's not that ticklish.
So initially it was though. Like initially when you felt it, all right.
But it makes you used to it, so that then it's just. Is that why it's cool to trick is?
Yeah. So I'm gonna show you the trick right now. So
Okay.
a little tickle. All right. So here's the trick. Here's what I want you to do while I'm doing it.
Okay.
Wiggle your toes. Okay. Is it more or less?
Oh, less.
You know why?
Why?
So because your foot is in motion, right?
Yeah.
So with you moving around like that, so it's like moving the energy, right?
Yeah.
Moves the energy to different places and not in that specific spot.
Uh-huh.
But also your mind is actively thinking about like wiggle my toes. So like that's why it's like not as ticklish.
Okay. All right.
Let's try this one out. Let's see if this one is worse. Okay.
Okay.
All right, here we go. You ready?
You want me to wiggle them?
No wiggling first.
Okay.
Let's see how it is first. Okay. Ready? All right. Not as much. Is this more like a massage to you on this one?
Yeah, they're both massagey, kinda.
All right.
Yeah.
But which one do you think was more sensitive when we did
time.
it? Which one? Was the left?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. All right, so let me get you to do a couple exercises with your feet. This is going to be a test of dexterity, flexibility you have in your feet, okay?
Okay.
I want you to bend your toes, make a fist. Tell me if you feel pain or discomfort. Is that easy to do?
Yeah.
Okay, relax. Okay, let me get you spread your toes. Tell me if you feel pain or discomfort while you're doing that. Any easy to do?
Yeah.
You have a good spread, by the way. Okay, relax. Lastly, just wiggle your toes for about 10 seconds. You tell me if you feel pain, discomfort, cramping, anything happening. Pretty easy?
Yeah.
All right, cool. That's pretty much it. So,
Cool.
let's wrap it up now.
Thank you.
All right, so we came back out. We did a second interview. We did a pedicure today. Thoughts about it? How'd you feel about it? How do you feel now?
Just feel really good and relaxed and happy and like, thank you. It was such a treat.
Absolutely. Let me ask you this, because I'm going to get asked, will we see you again when you come back for another interview in a pedicure?
Sure.
All right.
Yeah, just you know how to hit me, where to get a hold of me.
Absolutely. So last thing I want to ask from you, because I don't think I got a chance to ask you during the last interview, something from a mental health aspect, a life lesson, wise words, something you can share with the channel.
Be nice. I don't know. Be nice to others. Share something kind. Don't be assholes. Just don't be fucking assholes. Like, there's so many assholes in the world. Like, just smile. Wave at people. There's no need to be fucking flipping people off and having road rage and being dicks everywhere. And Long Beach has a weird vibe lately. It's like, this is an awesome place to live. We should all be feeling very blessed,
Absolutely.
And I try to tell people to stay blessed because I mean that when I say it,
Love it. All right. Well, thank you so much.
Yes,
Definitely
thank you.
Appreciate you stopping by
it was
doing this
fun.
interview with us. And we hope you have a great one.
Yep, you too.
All right. I don't know if you go to the beach and if you're ever like this.
I do. Yeah. That's what I feel like I'm at right now. I want to go to the beach now.
I think that water probably is like really cool right now too, right?
Yeah, but.
All right. Let me get you to put your feet side by side, just like you are right now. Yep. Perfect. All right. I know that sun's like a little bit in your eye.
Oh, it's okay.
Cool. All right. Cool. Let me get you across the other way now.
Oh, wait, this way?
Yeah. There you go.